Today we're subtracting. Do you guys remember what the answer in a subtraction problem is called? The difference? Sum is for adding, so that's what we did yesterday. And difference, because if I said like, what's the difference between your age and your parents' age, how would you do that? You'd subtract, right? If I said, what's the difference between your age and your parents' age, you would subtract. So that's why it's called the difference. Okay, so that's like first grade, 8 minus 5, and then when we get older, we do 5 minus 8. So what's 5 minus 8? Right, because you're taking away a number that's larger than what you started with. This is like $5, take away, lose 8. So that means you're in debt. So you're at negative 3. All right. Okay, let's do this. Okay, these are kind of the main types of subtraction problems.
Whoa.
Okay, negative 5 minus 8. This is a very commonly missed problem, by the way. Negative 5 minus 8. Negative 13. Okay, yesterday we did an adding problem like this. What was this like yesterday? As an adding problem, it's negative 5 plus negative 8. Okay, adding negative 8 is the same thing as just subtracting 8. So this means backwards 5, backwards 8. Lose $5, lose $8. So you're all the way back to negative 18. So this is like an adding problem, but it just adds up to a large negative, just like yesterday when we did something like this. Okay, then we have, if you have a minus, a negative, what do we do with those?
It turns to addition.
Turns into a plus, turns into addition. You can imagine these two coming together and like making a plus. It's kind of like if I said I'm not going to the store, what does that mean? I'm not going to the store. I am going to the store. So if you take away a takeaway, you're actually adding. If I take away an $8 debt from you, I'm giving you $8. So anyway, that would be 5 plus 8. So that would be positive 13. So what would this one turn into?
A plus.
Yeah, so it'd just be negative 5 plus 8, which is kind of like what we did yesterday. So that would be, right, basically it's 8 minus 5. Negative 5 plus 8 is positive 3. All right. So those are the basics, and then let's turn them into fractions here for a second. So let's do 3/8 minus 1/2. Okay, are we warm or cold or whatever? I think this one's, you're hot. This one is leaking out over here, so it's not completely, this one we could open up a little bit.
Why is there a plug on this thing?
Because there used to be a projector right there for the smart board before they changed it. All right, so what do we need if we have two fractions here? What do we need if we're subtracting two fractions? Common denominator. So what do 2 and 8 both go into? 8. So this one needs a times 4. If you do the times 4 to the bottom of the fraction, you keep it the same. You do the top. So this becomes 4/8. 1/2 is the same thing as 4/8. They're both equal to a half. Okay, so on this one you would do 3 minus 4, which is what? 3 minus 4, negative 1. So it would be negative 1/8, or you could just put the negative right in the middle there like that. Those are both okay. Negative 1/8. Okay, and then decimals, let's see, let's do something kind of small here. would we do one of these? Eleanor, what do you think? How would we do this one? Exactly, yeah. It's kind of like yesterday when we have two negatives, they're both going backwards. So she said we would add them together. And of course, when you're doing decimals, you need to line up the decimal place. If there's a missing spot, you can put a 0 there. So you treat it like an addition problem, but you don't forget, some of you, I think, forgot to go back and put the negative in. And I was looking at your yesterday's homework. But yeah, don't forget to go back and put that negative in there. Okay, but what if it was negative 24.7 minus negative 6.03? How would we do that one?
It would be negative 24 and then 6 to 5.
This would become a plus 6.03. But how do we do it when there's a negative and a plus? We did this yesterday.
It would be 24 goes to negative and then 6 to positive.
Yeah, this is pulling to the left to the negative. This is pulling to the right. So which is going to win, the negative or the positive? Negative. And we need to figure out how much the negative is going to win by. So how do we figure out how much it's going to win by? Right, you subtract, see what the difference is. How much stronger is the negative? So we kind of, even though it says plus right there, we turn it into a subtraction problem. Add a 0 so we can subtract from 3. We'll just do this real quick. Should this be positive or negative? Negative 1, so yeah. So not, it's, even though they're all subtraction problems, it's pretty close to yesterday's stuff. Because subtracting is just like adding negatives. That's kind of the definition of subtraction. Adding negative 1 is the same thing as subtracting 1. Okay, they're the same. So anyway, it's a lot like yesterday. So let's go through this. What page were we? 20? Yeah. I don't remember where we left off yesterday, so does anybody want to volunteer to start us off, and then we'll go around. Okay. Hold on. I want to say Holly. Yes. It helps when I start passing out papers, because that kind of gets my mind. Okay, Holly, 3 minus negative 2. No, because what happens when you subtract? Okay, it's 5. Yeah, it's 3 plus 2, so it turns into a 5. Okay. Oh, by the way, we're doing the same thing as yesterday. 1 through 20, I want to try without a calculator. Okay, this is the only chapter, this is the only week I'll do this to you, really. I want us to, it's nice to be able to have some hand skills. And then the rest of the year, though, I'll let you use calculator, because that's not really what this class is about, but it's nice to be able to do some stuff without the calculator. Okay, it'll save you time if you can. Okay, do we want it, Katie or Allison? Who wants to go next? Okay, Allison. What do you think for number 3? Negative 12 minus 5. Yeah, good job. Negative 17. So that's like an adding problem. Adds up to a big old negative. Clara, number 5. What'll that turn into? Oh, was it 26? Oh, it's 29. Okay. Yeah, it turns into plus 5. So what will that? Yes. 29 is 24 bigger than 5, so it's negative 24. You got it. Do you go by Kinsey? Is your full name like Mackenzie? Yeah. All right. Let's see, we're on 7. 6 minus 8, Kinsey? Negative 2. Okay, Rain. How would we do, you can just tell me, Rain, how would we do number 9? Negative 83 minus 47. Okay, yes, it's an adding problem. Yeah, she went ahead and did it. So it's negative 130. Adds up to a large negative. 11, Leah, what will happen on this problem when we have minus negative right there? Right, turns into adding. Okay. Any ideas how we would figure this out? Well, let's start with this. Should this be positive or negative? Positive, because the positive is bigger, it's going to win. How much is it going to win by? Well, the difference between these two. So you can just do 41 minus 27. Probably a lot of us can't do that in our head, so you might have to come off to the side and work that out. But that would just be 14. Okay, where are we? That was, oh, that was 11. Okay, 13. Well, there's not really any tricks on 13 because we're just doing the big number minus the small number. But Eleanor, what do we need to do if it's a decimal? We need to subtract, but what do we have to do when there's line up the decimal place? Yeah. So the 0.23 goes over here. And if there's a blank spot right here, throw a 0 in there. So it's kind of like $621.40 minus 23 cents. 0 minus 3 doesn't work, so borrow from the 4. Bring the decimal down. Nothing's happening over here. All right, that's it. Okay, Bella, how are we going to do 15?
Well, it turns into
Okay. So what's 2 9ths plus 5 9ths? 7 9ths. Okay. Always reduce if you can. I doubt any of these reduce because there's only like 6 fraction problems. I don't think any of those reduce though. It looks like not. Okay. 16 is weird, so I want to look at it. Maybe you guys forgot how to do this. 4 minus 14 ninths. How do we do it if one of them is a whole number?
Put it over 1.
Okay, yeah, 4 turns into 4 over 1. So what's the common denominator going to be? 9. So this one needs a times 9. So it'll become 36 ninths minus 14 ninths. That's not the answer, that's just what you do to find the answer. Okay, now back to the odds. 17. All right, Draven. We got 17 3/5 minus 7 halves. What do we need to do first?
Common denominator.
Yes. What is the common denominator going to be?
10.
10. So if you're not sure, what do 5 and 2 go into? Well, they always go into 5 times 2. So if we multiply this one times 2, make it 10. This one times 5. So we got 6 tenths minus 35 tenths. So Draven, what would that become?
Negative 29.
That's right. So 6 minus 35, definitely negative. 35 minus 6 is 29. So 6 minus 35 is going to be negative 29 tenths. You could write it like that, or you could put a negative out in front like that. Both okay. All right, 19. I guess we'll go over here to try negative 3/4 minus 8, negative 8 ninths. Okay, Triton, what's going to happen when we have minus the negative right there?
It's gonna add just negatives.
It's going to add, well, it's going to be plus 8 ninths.
Yeah.
because minus negative makes a plus. Okay, what do we need to do now? So when you're adding and subtracting fractions, you need a what?
The common denominator.
Right. And what are 4 and 9 both going to turn into? Okay, this is the same thing from yesterday. So up here, 5 and 2 turn into whatever 5 times 2 is, 10. So this one got a times 2, and this one got a times 5. So this is going to turn into 4 and 9 can both go into whatever 4 times 9 is. So this one gets a times 9, which is 36, by the way. So this needs a times 9, and this one needs a times 4. So it's negative 27, 36 plus 32, 36. Okay, so basically the problem is negative 27 plus 32. So what's negative 27 plus 32? Triton's question. Okay, is it going to be positive or negative?
It's very positive.
Positive. So it's, how positive is it? How much bigger is this than this? So it's basically, it's 32 minus 27. Which Draven was right, is 5. So it's 536. Alright. Doesn't reduce. Okay, you guys can use calculators after that. 20 is a bit of a doozy. Gosh, I don't like 20. I did it with the other class, but with you guys, I'll tell you what. I'll make 20 a bonus, but to get the bonus, you actually have to show work. I know it's easy to plug that in. Well, actually, if you don't know how to plug it in the calculator, I can tell you, but you're not going to get a bonus for that. So if you want the bonus, you'd have to show some work. There are a couple different ways to do it. It's really not worth the time for me to explain it, though. It's kind of time consuming. But if you do that one and get it right, I'll give you a bonus point on that one. Okay, Pearson, 21. Let's go across on this one. So Pearson, what's negative 1 plus 2?
1.
Okay, and what's 1 minus negative 4?
5.
And 5 minus 3?
2.
2. So yeah, it is a 2. The other class got confused on 22 because of the brackets and parentheses and the minus negative negative. Do you guys see that where it says minus negative 9 on 22? Well, it says minus negative negative 9,
Yeah.
actually. Well, what's going to happen with all those minuses and negatives?
They should add, kind of, I think.
Well, a negative negative becomes a positive, right? But this minus is kind of still here. So it's kind of like 2 of these negatives cancel out, but the third one is still not canceled out. So it just turns into a minus 9. Now what if there was 4 of them? It would turn into an add, which that happens on number, well, 25. Actually, it's an odd, never mind. 25 has 4 of them. I don't know, it's kind of silly, but yeah, this just turns into a, by the way, brackets, these things are the same thing as parentheses. So if you wanted to type it all in your calculator, you could. I wouldn't if I were you, but you could if you just type these in as parentheses. If I was doing it on a calculator, maybe I would just say that's just all a minus 9. Because these two negatives cancel each other out. It's kind of like not going to the store makes it a positive. But then the third negative keeps it a minus. Alright, anyways, I guess we're on 23, aren't we? Let's see, and Wentworth. So Wentworth, 23 says, now what did those vertical lines mean?
Absolute value.
And what's the absolute value do?
Wow. Oh, it's making it even.
Makes it positive. Yeah. So that's probably what you meant. So that absolute value -5 is just a 5. So what's 5 plus -4?
One.
1. And then what's 1 minus 3?
-2.
-2 plus -6.
-8.
So and then at the end we have -8 minus -8. So what's this minus negative do?
Makes it plus.
Plus. So -8 plus 8?
0.
0. All right. $25. Oh, there's, speaking of the devil. Katie, did you hear what I said about that -2?
Yes.
What's it become?
A plus.
Plus, or in this case, just a +2, because there's nothing in front of it. So, and that absolute value of -8 just becomes an 8. So all that mess on the front just becomes 2 minus 8. You follow that? So, Katie, any ideas what's 2 minus 8?
6.
That's 8 minus 2. Okay, that's $8. Take away $2, leaves you with $6.
Minus 6.
Yeah, but $2 take away $8, yeah, is the -6. And then what's -6 minus 6? That's
-6 minus 6 equals 0.
nope, that's the other one. A lot of people say that. That would be -6 plus 6 is 0.
Minus 12.
Yes, yeah, it is -12, -12. Yep, they're working together. They're on the same team when they're going backwards 6, backwards 6. So they're going strong towards the -12. And what comes next? Minus -3. What's minus -3 do? What's this do right here?
Plus 3.
Okay, so -12 plus 3.
15.
Nope, they're not going to work together. These are on opposite teams. This is on the negative team. This is on the positive team. So this one's pulling to the left, but this one's pulling
9.
right. Is it positive or negative?
Negative.
Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, the next section. 27. So we're supposed to write down the sentence into a math equation, basically, and go ahead and solve it. So, Hallie, what's the difference of 6 and 2? What do you think that means? The difference of 6 and 2.
6 minus 2.
Okay, and then we're supposed to solve it. I'm not going to ask you what that is. 27. Okay, 29. So just make sure you write down the equation. 29, Allison. This one's a little tricky because subtracted from 3 subtracted from 8. What do you think that means? 3 subtracted from 8.
So you minus it?
Okay, actually not. If I said 3 subtracted from your age, how old would that be?
11.
Yeah, it's 14 minus 3, right? So 3 subtracted from 8 actually means 8 minus 3. So it is kind of backwards from how they say it. So yeah. And also the other one is less than. Because if I said what's 3 less than your age, what would you do? You would do 14 minus 3 again, right? So less than is also backwards. 3 less than your age is your age minus 3. So that means on number 30, see where it says less than? So how would 30 set up, guys?
5 minus 16.
Yeah, it's actually 5 take away 16, not 16 minus 5. So less than and subtracted from make it backwards. 31 does not say less than, it just says less. I've never heard anybody in my life say 16 less 5, something like that. But that one just means minus. So 31 actually is, that will not be on the test, by the way. If it was on the test, I would eliminate it. But less than, however, that is kind of something people might say. So less than might be something I would want you to know. 16 minus 5 for 31. All right. 33. Oh. Yeah, I told the other class 36 is bonus. If you want to try it. It's not too bad. It's a little tricky, but it's possible. Okay, 33. On Monday, the price of stock, an electronics company, gosh, opened at $15.75, fell 19 cents to its daily low, then it climbed 56 cents to its daily high, then it fell 20 cents to its closing price. What's the value of the stock at the end of Monday? So what do you think we need to do on that? Let's see, whose turn is it? To Clara? Clara, what do you think we need to do on that problem? Are you following all that? Not really. So stock started at $15.75. You guys know what stock is? I'm probably not going to explain it right now. It's ownership in a company and its value goes up and down. Anyway, you don't have to know what it is to do the problem. And then it says the stock fell 19 cents. So what do you think that means? Yeah, minus 19 cents. And then it said that it rose or climbed 56 cents. So add, and then it fell, what was it, 20 cents again? Okay, notice I'm not putting a 0 in front of the decimal. It's because 0.19 is the same thing as 0.19. So I usually just kind of skip the zeros in the front. Well, you could, this is the section where you could use your calculator if you wanted to. If I was doing this without a calculator, I'd probably add these two together and then subtract these two added together. So I do like this plus this is, let's see, what is it, 1631. This, the two subtractions add up to 39 cents. So I'd subtract 39 cents. I think it's 1591. Let's see, did I get it right? 92, whoops. Oh yeah, 92. Okay. Anyways, you can use your calculator. 30, let's see, was that, oh, that was the last one. Okay, 34 is weird. It's kind of like they expect you to know what sewing stuff means. Basically, they have 1/4 width of cloth and 3/8 width on the cloth, and they're putting it together. So 34 is just an addition problem, okay? I don't know why they asked it that way. It's kind of confusing. Are you guys, anybody professional sewer in here?
Professional what?
Sewer, are you Draven? You play volleyball but you don't sew?
I don't sew, I draw. I don't sew, I draw.
I know, that's all you do is draw. Hey, it's like day one I started talking, you were drawing over there.
I like drawing.
Yes, I know. All right, that's all.